Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up, and we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And to give this time to the tailback. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. Well, look now at our starting defense. They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go play action now. Haskins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Haskins. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. A first down throw for Winston. Looking deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
On 2nd down and 4, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards that time at a Washington first. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. They'll run it here. This is James White. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle. It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Here's Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Stop your running.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. They get the former first overall selection, Eric Fisher. On 3rd down, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deron Payne in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Geis. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Winston. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Redskins scoop it. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Going on the ground, it's White. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Geis. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. On 3rd down, Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Winston. And he's got Walters. Big catch. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. They'll get the former #1 overall pick, Eric Fisher. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here we go, again.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. Now a run with Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing, Winston. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Kelly. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Play action. Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Uchenna Nwosu picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. And that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. And now under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3. Winston. The open man is Smith. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Jameis again. And the catch made by Walters. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Winston, 17 yards, 1st down Vikings. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Haskins. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. $12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jameis now on first down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Jameis to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. At a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll run with Geis. Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd and 5 now. Winston. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A first down throw for Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Daron Payne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. 3rd and long for Winston. Well, he's going to go for it all. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They go play action here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Spencer. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Haskins now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Redskins scoop it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now it's Haskins, and he rifles one incomplete. Ricky Seals-Jones, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the ground, it's Geis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football, Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, Winston. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. First down, Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Deron Payne make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Fielded at about the 28. A big kick that time, 52 yards. As this unit comes back out there, let's focus in on Darius Geis. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. This is Geis. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. On 1st down, this is Geis. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 36, Haskins. It's complete. James White. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to the ground on 1st. It's Geis. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. On play action, Haskins. Able to find Willis. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Again, Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Winston. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Let's go, baby.
So here are the Redskins now to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there, kick it, put it through the post, go up 2 scores.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And, wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Here we go.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Winston now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Jameis again. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. To the air again with Winston. 5th catch of the game for him there. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Winston now. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. It was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Now Haskins on 1st down. Throw caught there by Willis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin 1st down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game. Yeah,
a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the handoff, it's Geis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again they run. Again it's Geis. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Jameis now on first down. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Winston. His throw incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that...
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Daron Payne has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll hand it now to Geis. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's White. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Redskins send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Winston readies the offense. Down 21-14, a minute 47 on the clock. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now Jameis trying to hurry his crew to the line. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with your offense and announcing your intentions, that maybe you run out your special teams and fake it. Because even though teams say, hey, we plan for the fake all the time, I know from experience, you look at the situation and say there's no way they're going to fake it here, and they probably had a better chance if they tried it that way.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Redskins, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before